Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Are you thinking about upgrading your TV this year? With so many amazing options on the market, it can be tough to choose the right one. But fear not, tech fam. In this video, we're counting down the top 5 best smart TVs in 2024, catering to different budgets and needs. You can buy these smart TVs from the links that are given in the description below. So grab your popcorn, you dim the lights, and let's dive in. 5. Hisense U6K. Hisense is a brand that's all about providing value for your dollar. Hence why the U8K is so highly rated on Tom's Guide. The Hisense U6K keeps a lot of what makes the U8K so great, namely its mini LED backlight that enables better contrast with above-par black levels and a quantum dot filter for enhanced color saturation. The Hisense U6K trades the U8K's native 120Hz panel for one with a 60Hz refresh rate, but considering that this TV is often priced below $500, it's a trade-off most folks should be fine with. So why isn't this one the best TV of the year if it's such a good value? The U6K doesn't have as powerful of a processor on board, which means that upscaling and motion processing are mediocre at best. Its lack of any HDMI 2.1 ports means gamers will be stuck at 4K/60, and there's no ATSC 3.0 tuner here either. For under $500, it's the best cheap TV we think you can buy, but it's important you know why it's sitting down here on our list instead of at the number 1 spot. You've heard it before, but mini LED is clutch here, helping the Hisense U6K punch well above its weight in terms of performance. The U6K doesn't have as many full-array local dimming zones as the U8K to control the brightness, but we were impressed by how bright the U6K got in our testing. It was able to beat out pretty much every other budget model minus the Roku Plus series. The downside, again, is that upscaling can be hit or miss here, and you'll probably notice some fuzziness as you watch HD/SDR content from an OTA antenna or cable box. The other issue we had is that, despite this being a strong performer with color when we sat directly in front of it, you will notice some desaturation as you move off axis, so maybe don't buy this as your main living room TV. 4. Samsung QN90C Neo QLED TV. The Samsung QN90C is the Swiss Army knife of TVs. It's good at basically everything from upscaling content to boosting brightness, and it's available in pretty much every screen size fathomable. Whether you want a 43-inch telly for your office or guest bedroom, or you need an 85-inch behemoth for your living room, you can find a QN90C model to match. Like our top picks, the Samsung QN90C uses mini LED for better contrast and a higher peak brightness. Unlike our other top picks, it has a slightly faster input latency and 4 full-spec HDMI 2.1 ports that can pass 4K/120Hz signal that make it a better pick for gamers. The downside here is that you're paying a lot more for this slight improvement on performance and its lackluster Tizen Smart platform. It's still worth considering for all those extras, but it doesn't exactly provide the best value compared to our top picks. While other models from Hisense and TCL have finally caught up to Samsung in terms of peak brightness, the QN90C is a strong performer when it comes to light output. In the relatively balanced filmmaker mode, the QN90C was able to reach 1987-34 nits in a 10% window. That's roughly a 5% increase over last year's excellent QN90BQED and over twice the peak brightness of the LG C3 OLED that you'll find a little lower on our list. As mentioned above, the Hisense U8K came close to the Samsung QN90C's light output, and the Samsung was able to best the U8K in terms of color accuracy right out of the box. The QN90C is slightly more expensive, but it doesn't require nearly as much fiddling in the settings to get the color dialed in correctly. 3. TCL QM8 Mini LED TV. It was a really close call between the Hisense U8K and the TCL QM8. Both TVs are extraordinary values for the money, and while we do think the Hisense U8K is the overall better pick, the TCL QM8 deserves a spot on our list as well. Like the Hisense U8K, the QM8 uses mini LEDs for better backlight control and quantum dots to enhance contrast and color. With up to 2,300 local dimming zones and TCL's high brightness ultra direct LED backlight, you're going to get unbelievable contrast for an LED LCD TV. We'd also really like the AIPQ Engine Gen 3 that helps upscale HD/SDR content for the QM8's 4K screen, as well as the TV's numerous gaming features. The only major drawbacks here are the TV's 8W speakers that can feel a bit underwhelming, and the lack of an ATSC 3.0 tuner that can be found in the Hisense U8K. The latter isn't a deal breaker, especially if you don't plan on using a digital antenna, but its absence is still felt here. The QM8, like the U8K, is a good pick if you need higher than average brightness to combat ambient light. In our testing, the TCL QM8 was able to hit 1,348 nits in movie mode with SDR content, a significant increase over other 4K HDR TVs that we've measured. With HDR content, the QM8 was able to hit above 2,000 nits in a 5%, 10%, and even 25% window sizes. This brightness paired with the mini LED backlight offers great contrast that approaches OLED levels. Colors are vivid as well, with our tests showing that the QM8 can cover 80% of the BT 2020 color spectrum. Just like the U8K, however, its out-the-box color accuracy leaves a lot to be desired with a Delta E score of 4614. With some tweaking, this number can drop significantly, but it's worth noting that some colors might appear a bit oversaturated when you first start it up. 2. Samsung S95C OLED. Samsung's return to the world of OLED TVs has been a wild ride. It was one of the first manufacturers to make an OLED TV before dejecting the technology in place of QLED. Now, the S95C OLED, Samsung proves it can do both perfectly. Not only is its picture performance simply stunning, but when you're not watching or using the TV, ambient mode takes over and provides a carousel of aesthetically pleasing animations and images. Samsung made ambient mode mainstream, and though other TV brands have since introduced their own spin on it, we still like Samsung's version the best. We wish Samsung would implement Dolby Vision and maybe pump up the sound quality a bit more on the S95C, but overall, it's still an incredible QD OLED TV. Our reviewers love the picture of the Samsung S95C OLED, citing its nuanced HDR performance, out-of-the-box color accuracy, and wonderful black levels. In our tests, the S95C was able to reproduce about 141.5% of the Rec 709 color space in standard mode and a Delta E accuracy score of 1.4, with closer to 0 being best in filmmaker mode. For gamers, the S95C measured an excellent 9.2 milliseconds lag time, the lowest input latency of any TV we tested, and the set's off-angle viewing is better than most, with the colors holding up well past the ideal 45 degrees. 1. Hisense U8K UAD TV. The Hisense U8K sits at the top of our list of the best TVs because it offers an incredible bang for your buck. Its deep bridge colors, high level of contrast, and high peak brightness put it well above any other TV at this price point. What's more, we find this TV works in almost any living room, even one with lots of ambient light. Thanks to its mini LED lighting, colors don't desaturate as you move off axis, and its full array local dimming panel helps the TV retain good black levels in scenes with higher levels of brightness. In our testing, we measured its color saturation levels at a groundbreaking 80% of the Rec 2020 color space, all thanks to its quantum dot filter and mini LED panel. In short, the U8K performs like a TV twice the cost. So why doesn't it get a perfect 5 out of 5 score from us? Well, it does have its faults, as you'd expect from any TV under $1,000. It has a middling input lag, 13.2 milliseconds, and its Google TV Smart platform can be slightly slow when jumping from one streaming app to another. Also, although the TV has a very wide color gamut, its accuracy right out of the box is around 4.46, measured by a Delta E value. These issues are unlikely to affect your enjoyment of the TV, but it does show that there's still room for improvement here. If you'd want a TV that has faster response times or more accurate colors, and you don't mind paying more for it, then the Sony A95 or Samsung S90C OLED found lower on our list are worth buying instead. So there you have it, folks, the top 5 best smart TVs in 2024, catering to different needs and budgets. Remember, the best TV for you depends on your priorities and preferences. Do your research, compare features, and don't be afraid to ask for help. Happy viewing! Subscribe for more tech reviews and buying guides. Leave a comment below with your dream TV features and let's discuss.